part 2 of this toy tank conversion to radio control. We've got it working. We've got the ESCs controlling the two motors at the back or front, depending on which way your tank runs, which drive the tracks so we can go forwards and backwards and steer it. What would be nice would be to intercept the wiring that goes up here into the turret, because that's what controls the sound effect buttons. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, but I will take the turret off so we can have a look at that set of buttons and see if there's any way we can mechanise them. So we've got 4 screws there to undo. Obviously it'd be really nice if we could make the turret turn. There's no built-in mechanism for doing that at the moment, so that'll have to be something I'll think about later. Well, there we go. That's our circuit board with the buttons on it. Well, we should be able to just provide some switches, relay contacts that we can solder across these push button terminals and get all the same effect by operating some relays. I think I may just cut through all of these because we can reconnect them later inside the main body. That's the little machine gun, or whatever it's called, on the turret, which should have an LED inside it to make it flash. And that looks like that's been repaired at some time, been melted, and the wires have been stretched. So that's the pair of wires that are hanging loose there. And then there's another pair of wires the same colour that go up the barrel, because there's an LED in the end of the barrel there, so that the barrel flashes. So I know what those wires are. Looking at the circuit board, it's all discrete components apart from that black blob there. That must contain the bit of memory to play the music and the other sound effects. And those, I can see that yellow wire is labelled speaker. All these other ones are LP. And down there there's, I don't know if that's in focus, motor. We don't need that because we're controlling the motor separately. As I say, we should be able to just wire up some relay contacts across where the buttons go and operate each of those individually. To make sure I understand how this control board works from the tank, I've taken it out of the tank and I've rigged it up with some temporary bits and pieces. This is the chassis off a old radio controlled car, but I'm only using it because the battery pack's still in there. It's got 4 AA batteries in it. The LEDs from the tank I've replaced with LEDs from some garden solar lights. The speaker is a different speaker that I've got from my scrap box. So it's all wired up the same way that it would have been inside the tank, but using separate parts so I can check it all works. The only thing I haven't connected up again is the wires that go to the motors, because we're going to be controlling the motors completely separately. That does mean that we lose one effect. When you got the tank to fire, it flashed an LED, which will be this one, and at the same time it made the tracks move backwards and forwards to give a recoil effect. Well, we're not going to be able to do that, but I got my dividers here. I'm just going to touch it along the contacts here so we can see the different effects. So this is the initial startup. This is the backwards. Or retreat. Not sure which one this one is. Can't remember. It might be the fire one. Oh, that's the machine gun. So that's probably worth using. The next one's firing the main gun then. That'll be this green LED over here. The colours are not significant at all. They're just the ones I found. And that's the one that would be making the motor rock backwards and forwards, or the tracks rock backwards and forwards, to give us the recoil effect. And then the other two are just, well, music effects, I think. And then the other one, we're taking fire, I think it was. At the moment, I think I may only be able to include 2 sound effects using the transmitter and receiver I've got. Maybe 4 at a push. I'm going to have to rig something up so that we can just do some DC switching using the servo. So we probably want forwards and backwards. And I guess we could probably do with the machine gun fire. And the gunfire. In fact, at the moment I'll probably only be able to do 2 functions anyway, so I'll probably do the 2 fire buttons. To make a DC switch from an ordinary radio control servo, I'm going to have to rig it up so when it turns it operates these ordinary DC switches. So I'll fit them on either side. I'm going to have to rig that up on a piece of wood or plastic or something and set it to go. So I think I might make that a completely separate little video.